told me, you see, anyway, I shouldn't be giving evidence from this side. Next item, Honorable Minister of Education. I need to learn how to be a speaker, not a debater. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members. I thank you for granting me this opportunity to appraise you on Uganda's preparedness to host.
Is the paper uploaded? We have it? Okay. Continue, sir.
Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you for granting me this opportunity to appraise you on Uganda's preparedness to co-host African Cup of Nations 2027 tournament alongside Kenya and the United Republic of Tanzania. This follows concerns raised by Honorable Kasule Ismail, a Member of Parliament from Hoima West Division, on this matter of national importance. Right Honourable Speaker and colleague, co-hosting a tournament of the magnitude and the complicity of the African Cup of Nations is not an undertaking that can be delivered by one ministry, department, agency, or sports federation acting alone. It requires a well-coordinated whole-of-government and whole-of-country approach. As guided by Cabinet, the First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports has constituted an intersectoral committee to support the local organizing committee, LOC, in Uganda's preparation for AFCON 2027. Furthermore, government planning for AFCON 2027 has been guided by the number of key assumptions. These include the fact that the tournament will be jointly hosted by Uganda, Kenya, and United Republic of Tanzania, that it will run from 19th June to 18th July 2027, that Uganda will host matches at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, Hoima City Stadium, and we have a backup stadium, which is Akibwa Olympic Stadium. And that two competition stadiums together with attendant training facilities must be completed by 31st December 2026. In 2024, Cabinet not only approved the government guarantees to the Confederation of African Football, but also approved a budget of 1.35 trillion towards the infrastructure, logistical, operational costs associated with the preparation for both African Nations Championship CHAN 2024 and AFCON 2027, including Uganda's obligatory commitment fees to CAF. In addition, government has approved 905 billion to meet contractual intersectoral funding and admin. Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, additional commitments include following major intervention. 1. Support to upgrading of selected hotels in Hoima and Masindi through a special credit facility in accordance with CAF standard. 2. Upgrading priority access roads, pedestrian walkways, and street lighting around Hoima City Stadium and Mandela National Stadium. 3. Construction of a passenger terminal at Kawalega Airport and operationalize the facility as an international airport. 4. Upgrade of Kadiva Stadium as a training facility and support preparations for the Uganda Cranes. 5. Support the local organizing committee to undertake tournament specific preparations across its subcommittee. 7. Remodeling and upgrade of Mandela National Stadium. 8. Deployment and improvement of ICT infrastructure at airport, hotels, stadium training facilities, hospitals supporting the tournament. 9. Upgrade of designated health facility in Hoima, Masindi, Seruka to provide intensive care, accident and emergency services. 10. Strengthening sanitation and environmental hygiene services in host city, that's Hoima City and Masindi Municipal. 11, upgrade of meteorological services to support tournaments operations. 12, improvement to water supply infrastructure in Hoima City. 13, upgrade and maintenance of railway infrastructure serving Kampala, Mukono, Namamve, and Mandela, and Nambole. 14, extension of electricity infrastructure to key AFCON facilities, including Hoima City Stadium and Kabalega International Airport. 15, promoting Uganda as a destination under the AFCON brand. 16, waiver of visa fee for visitors during the tournament period. 17, pursuit of a joint Pamoja visa with Kenya and United Republic of Tanzania to ease movements of funds and guests. Right, Honorable Speaker, the above mentioned intervention will be directly implemented by the government ministries, departments, and agencies responsible. I quote that. The above mentioned intervention will be directly implemented by government ministries, departments, and agencies responsible. The Ministry of Education and Sports, the LOC, will play a supervisory role to ensure timely implementation of activities by MDAs and conformity to the CAF standards. The detailed update on infrastructure development in the preparation for AFCON tournament is as follows. Hoima City Stadium, works for construction of the Hoima City Stadium have been completed and the defect liability period will expire in December 2026. During this period, the contractor will undertake remedial works to address comments made by CAF after their recent inspection. We expect the next inspection on 31st of August next 2026. Mandela National Stadium. The memorandum of understanding between the Ministry of Education and Sports and the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs for design and build works for expansion of Mandela National Stadium in Nambole under phase 2 was signed on 26 February 2026. Under this phase, we expect, among others, the following: upgrading seating capacity from 38,000 to 45,000, improvements and expansion of the VVIPs and VIP launches, improvements in the media tribune, stadium media center, press conferences rooms, mixed zones, spectators related areas, medical areas, among others. Right, Honorable Speaker, the contractor has completed design reviews and incorporated all observations raised by the Confederation of African Football. Structural integrity tests have also been successfully undertaken, confirming the project's readiness to proceed. The contractor remains scheduled to complete works within the timeline stipulated by CAF, that's 31st December 2026. Chambogo University Training Facility. Phase 2 construction works are progressing well and the facility is expected to be completed by August. Makere University Training Facility. Construction works are ongoing. Completion is expected by August. Hoima Boma Ground. The project is on course for completion by September this year. Masindi Municipal Stadium Training Facility. Construction works are ongoing. The facility is expected to be completed by September this year. Fufa Kadiba Training Facility. The BOQs and architectural design for Kadiba are being finalized and the site will soon be handed over to the UPDF Engineers Brigade. The scope of works include remedial works on the pitch and installation of floodlights. We envisage to complete the works by December. Why the delay? The stadium was being used by the Federation because it's a Federation facility till the end of the calendar year for football competition, which ended recently. Satito Winnie Secondary School Training Facility. The process of acquiring land at Satito Winnie is concluded and the Ministry of Works Transport is preparing the BOQs. Works will commence in August 2026 and will be completed in December. Why the delay? There was a complaint on the land. And as per the guidance from Attorney General, government cannot invest resources where we do not have exclusive ownership of the land. So the two parties had to be brought on board and finally there's a consent to that effect. So now we are ready to start work. Upgrade priority access roads pedestrian walkways, and street lighting around Hoima City Stadium and Mandela National Stadium. Government is implementing a number of strategic road projects aimed at improving access to AFCON 2027 competition and training venues, while also easing traffic flow within the host cities. The works cover Jokas, Uganda Christianity University Road, 13.2 kilometers. This road is going to be completed and worked on, and that helps us ease traffic on the main Ginger Highway. And Honorable Namboze is nodding. I think let's clap for government for that. Jokas Viogerere Road, 6.2 kilometers, Jokas Nama Road, 13.3 kilometers, Chireka Kamuli Nalia Road, Viogerere Buto na Mugongo Road, Chalwajara Kira Kasangati Road, and Old Ginger Road. The project also includes improvements to Kireka and Chalwajara Junction, as well as road linkages to the northern bypass through Agenda and Chiwatule, as well as roads to Hoima City Stadium. Progressing well with the evaluation of prospective contractors underway. 10. Support the upgrading of selected hotels in Hoima and Masindi through a special credit facility in accordance with the CAF standard. In preparation for AFCON 2027, the government, in consultations with CAF, has shortlisted prospective hotel owners whose facilities will be upgraded to meet the required accommodation standard. A total of 101 billion has been earmarked to support hotel improvement works in Hoima City and Masindi. The funding will facilitate renovation works and provide interest rate support through the Uganda Development Bank for approved service providers. Regarding the proposed new hotel at Kabalega International Airport, a number of developers have expressed interest, and the evaluation of bids is scheduled to commence on Thursday this week. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, as of this morning, the Right Honorable Prime Minister chaired the meeting between the hotel owners and Uganda Development Bank to agree on the modalities regarding the timeline for the line of credit versus the position the ministry and the bank have given, Ministry of Finance and the bank has given. I want to say the consultations are ongoing, but I'm also saying that we are cognizant of the time. Construct a passenger terminal at Kabalega Airport. This intervention is awaiting award of a contract and confirmation of financing for the outstanding funding gap to facilitate commencement of works. Government earmarked 185 billion for that project to have a terminal in Kabalega Airport in Hoima. Upgrade designated health facility in Hoima, Masindi, Seruka to provide intensive care, accident and emergency. Hoima Regional Referral Hospital construction has reached the superstructure stage. Masindi Municipal Hospital excavation works have been completed and foundation concrete works are underway. Seruka Health Center 3 walling works are progressing towards ring beam level with the roofing scheduled for completion by works. These works all are undertaken by the UPDF's Engineering Brigade. 13. Upgrade and maintenance rail infrastructure servicing Kampala, Mukono, Namamve, and Nambole. Construction of a passenger boarding and drop-off station at Kampala, Nambole, Namamve, and Mukono, and refurbishment and refitting or retrofitting of locomotives to support passenger transport during AFCON. Deploy improved ICT infrastructure at airport, hotel, stadia, training facilities and hospital supporting the tournament. Installation of the Wi-Fi and CCTV systems at Mandela National Stadium, Hoima City Stadium, Akibwa, 8 training facilities across Kampala, Hoima, Masindi, Gulu and Lira, selected hospital, tourism sites and Kafakret hotels in Kampala are ongoing. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to assure this House that the government remains fully committed to delivering a successful AFCON 2027. We will continue to work closely with all stakeholders to ensure that the required infrastructure, services, and support system are completed within the agreed timelines. As preparations progress, government will keep this House regularly informed on implementation progress, key milestones achieved, and any emerging issues requiring attention. Before I sum up, Right Honourable Speaker, allow me again say, Akibwa Olympic Stadium is a backup stadium, 65% as of now work done, ready to be completed by 31st December 2026. Training facilities in Akibwa, in Lira City, Lira University, Gulu University, Peche Stadium are ongoing. We intend to have a 4 nations tournament, and those countries who are ready to come to Uganda early before time to acclimatize the weather for Uganda for parts of the competitions will be able to go to Akibwa. So I want the people of northern Uganda to know that government is fully committed to ensuring AFCON 2027 is for all of us. What I have not said is the $7.5 million for branding destination Uganda is already given to the Minister of Tourism. In a special way, let's thank the Minister of Finance who is here. Honorable Musasizi, we thank you for accepting to help the country host this competition. I thank you so much. I say all this for God and my country.
Honorable Kasule, Ismail.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I'd like to thank the Minister for this statement, but also because my question actually really, I was really concerned about those non-football related infrastructure, and indeed you have highlighted many of them, like we've been reading. But also, Right Honourable Speaker, there is a very big gap between these ministries and also the Ministry of Sports and Education with the local leadership. When you go back, and it's not clear even on the roads that are going to be worked on in Hoima City, because he has brought it as a whole, but in Nambole and the Namave, he has highlighted clearly the roads that are going to be worked on. But when you look at Hoima City, it's not very clear. Last week we had the roads committee, and even the members in the roads committee, even the engineer of the city, they are not very certain about which roads are going to be worked on. The population has different information. There is a very big gap between the local organizing committee and the local leaders from Hoima City.
Honorable member, stick to your point. What you raised, was it answered?
Well, that's...
you are now raising other matters about the coordination with the local committees. We don't have that time now.
Right Honourable Speaker...
Are you satisfied with the response?
No, Right Honourable Speaker, this shows that I'm not satisfied because, one, it has not given the details. What is on the ground is different, and what we are being read for here, it's also different. Because when you look, we all know that AFCON has a timeline.
Honourable member, we need you to appreciate how government works. And I need you, when a question has been raised by yourself, they are telling you that you need to resume your seat. I'm guiding so that it can help other people. You started very well. When a minister or government responds to your question, you must listen. And I think they should give you even this statement early, so that you can come here and say, I am satisfied, or this has not addressed, so that we put the minister to task. But when the minister has answered and you say, but also you have not told us about the roads in Hoima, you know, those are, please, can you answer whether this satisfies you or not?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for that guidance. Of course, back to my question, it was about the infrastructure, the non-football related infrastructure development projects that are ongoing. And in the statements of the minister, really some have been answered and some have not been answered. Like you've guided that, well, government, that's how it operates. My fear was about the time frame, because we all know, because today I had the Prime Minister also trying to emphasize that we should not allow us losing this chance of the AFCON, because the president has pledged and has promised Ugandans, and that's why I was trying to raise this so that we all get to know. But I thank the minister for this, and I believe that the minister will organize an interface so that we get to know more about what is being done. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Minister of Education, the local leaders, including Honourable Ismail Kasule, they are missing you. Close the gap. Where is the shadow minister for the sport? Zambali, what do you know about sports?
Right Honourable Speaker and colleagues, Zambali Blossom Mukasa is my name, and I'm the Shadow Minister for Sport, Right Honourable Speaker. Allow me to thank the Minister for the statement. However, it is important that these few key issues are given attention. I urge the government to prioritize the timely completion of all AFCON 2027 infrastructure and related facilities well before CAF returns for its final inspection. Uganda should not wait until the last minute to address critical gaps, as this risks unnecessary embarrassment and could undermine our credibility as a co-host nation. Completing the works ahead of the final inspection will provide sufficient time for testing, certification, rectification of any defects identified, and proper operation readiness, thereby demonstrating that Uganda is fully prepared to successfully host the tournament. Being made. Will government commit to presenting monthly progress reports to Parliament and implementation milestones so that this House can effectively exercise its oversight role? We want to make sure that the infrastructure is built services Ugandans long after AFCON. We don't want to get reports like Chogam and other reports, if you remember. Going forward, I propose that the Committee on Education and Sports, together with the Shadow Minister of Sports, who is a member of the committee, undertake monthly oversight visits to all AFCON 2027 infrastructure projects. These regular inspections will enable Parliament to closely monitor progress, identify implementation, bottlenecks where bottlenecks are, and ensure that contractors remain on schedule. I further urge that the Minister of State for Sports facilitate and support the committee in the smooth execution of its oversight mandate by ensuring timely access to project sites, relevant documentation, and technical officials whenever required. Such collaboration will enhance transparency, accountability, and value for money as Uganda prepares to co-host AFCON Pamoja 2027. I beg to submit, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister, Shadow Minister of Education, of Sports. Members, just a minute. From yesterday, about the Minister of Health brought a report. The Shadow Health did respond. Attorney General brought. The Shadow responded. See, when the government side has spoken, it represents one side. When the Shadow has also spoken, it actually represents the shadow of the government. And I want to thank both sides. Let's have it on record. There is no more sleep even in this house. Because the ministers are doing very well, and those who are shadowing them are also up to the game. They are doing very well. Now on Honorable Zambali. Bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to agree with both of them. Well, to appreciate both the Minister for his report and his passion, and the Shadow Minister for his feedback and equal passion. Mr. Speaker, two quick issues. The Minister has told us that 101 billion shillings has been earmarked to support some hotel facilities. Now, we would want to know what modus operandi was used to arrive at those who are going to benefit. Because these are private hotel facilities. How did you arrive at them? It's very important. And again, there's two elements therein. There are those which are going to get some kind of credit facility, then there are those which are getting funding, a donation from government. So you need to clarify that, because your statement here is saying the funding will facilitate renovation works. That's number one. Then on the other end, provide interest support through UDB. So it would presuppose, and maybe you need to clarify this, it would presuppose some you're giving money to facilitate their renovation works, and then others are getting some kind of credit support. You need to clarify that. Number two, the intervention is awaiting the award of contract and confirmation of financing. That's for the passenger terminal at Kabalega Airport. AFCON is next year. I am a little bit worried. Mr. Speaker, in 2007, we had CHOGM here. I was a journalist, and I covered CHOGM. We totally mishandled CHOGM. 2 days before the arrival of the Queen, they were giving money to this kind of hotels to build rooms. They were planting trees along Entebbe Road 2 days before the Queen arrived. We don't want to see a repeat of CHOGM, and so we are concerned. By the way, we all want AFCON 2027 to be a success, because we all get to benefit. Yes. So when it is mishandled, we all get to suffer. So I'm very concerned about these two issues. There are 101 billion. That's a lot of money. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I think it would be good for the Minister to appraise this House on a monthly basis, because we have a few months to CHOGM. Would want to know on a monthly basis, because that money is appropriated here. What did I say? I said CHOGM. There you are. I pray for you, by the way. People went to jail after CHOGM. Yes. I hope you don't go to jail. So you need to handle this docket very, very carefully, because we saw what happened with CHOGM. It was a mess. We don't want a repeat of the same. So that's why I'm saying it's good for the Minister also on a monthly basis, update us on what's happening, appraise us on all these developments, so that we are in tandem. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister, do you want to respond when the Prime Minister is also here on the other matters? Respond and the issue of the money.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want first to thank the Leader of Opposition and entirely thank my colleague, the Shadow Minister. He deserves a standing ovation for the observations he has raised. Why I'm saying this, I want first to confirm with all his submissions that as the Ministry responds for sports, we support them. Number two, we welcome the Parliamentary Committee on Sports to carry out its oversight, because that's constitutional. Number three, I'm ready, and the Ministry is ready to cooperate with you to visit all these projects. Number three, those which are under our mandate as a Minister of Education and Sports are sporting. Like in my statement, I didn't mention clearly, this is ministry by ministry approach. For instance, if you talk about roads, this work is being undertaken by Minister of Works and Transport. If you talk about airport, it's under the Minister of Works and Transport. If you talk about the contractors in different sectors, it's according to the procurement methods used by those respective sectors. So I wanted first to make that clear. But to the specifics, 101 billion, Right Honorable Leader of Opposition, is a loan facility which government has earmarked to give to the selected hotels. I will talk about the selected hotels. That loan facility, what government has done, you all know that the lending rates of UDB is 12%. Here we discuss that can we give them at 5%, so that we are able to give them. And then also, can we talk about the duration of the facility? Because these people were having their businesses, but now CAF, as per our host agreement, has come as and indicated the specific areas they want them to improve. And to some of them, it was not a must, they must do it. And that's why we had to sit with them. Now, how were they identified? I want to come to the following. Number one, there was a CAF consultant who was contracted by the Confederation of African Football. It came as a co-chair CAF guidelines have given us. So as a ministry responsible for education, our role is coordination. And I want to emphasize, we will continue to coordinate the project. Let me finish up first responding to the issues raised. The other one was the involvement of the local leaders. I want to say this. For the record, I'm aware we have elected new leaders, including some of us here. This is a new term of office. This project started in the other term. It is true we are working with the new leaders, the old leaders of the city of Hoima. And I want to confirm, I take observations which has been raised by the honorable member. As a ministry formally, I will be able to write formally to the local authorities in Hoima City, meet them and get them directly involved in the management and explain what awaits them in as far as AFCON 2027 is concerned. I also want to say, for purposes of my sister from Wakiso, I entirely want to say this, Madam Member of Parliament, and the leadership of Wakiso. The RCC, and in line with the host agreement between Uganda and CAF, one of the representatives of the local authorities is meant to be in the local organizing committee. And I want to confirm, for Wakiso, the resident city commissioner, the RDC of Wakiso, is a member on the local organizing committee. For Hoima, RDC, for Hoima, can I please protect the right most speaker? I was talking about the involvement of the local leaders. But number two, for my colleague here, I want formally to say this right most speaker. I will be able to formally communicate and have an engagement with my colleagues of the members of parliament from Wakiso as a whole. Because if you look at what we are doing in the entire project, is by the way, Wakiso, Nambole is Wakiso. And okay. I want to say this, honorable colleagues, with your permission, that can I proceed and finish? The other issues which were raised, Madam Right Honorable Speaker, is on the issue of the roads, which are meant to be worked on the Hoima cluster. It's an oversight. I promise to communicate formally to you from my statement. I'd actually meant it was within, but the first one is the Rujumba Road, which is going to have an interloop to the city in Hoima. That one is meant to be tarmac. Last but not least, Right Honorable Speaker, timely report to Parliament. Mr. Speaker, you are the originator of the order paper. I'm at your service as a minister in the docket of education to report to Parliament as when is agreed. The other one is only, I think, Right Honorable Speaker, those were the main issues which have been raised. But once again, I want to reiterate, government is committed to implementation of AFCON 2027. On the project becoming CHOGM, friends, I think we learn from different lessons. And I studied history. And the French word was a bobon what? They learned nothing and forgot nothing. I don't want to be that student who learned nothing and forgot nothing. The Minister of Education and Sports is clearly headed by the First Lady. We are managed very well. This project will be implemented without learning nothing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, yes, what's the procedure matter?
The procedure matter is that today is a Thursday, and I rise on our rule 43. It's Prime Minister's time, and as you realize, Mr. Speaker, we still have so many issues concerning AFCON. We need to be clarified on several matters, especially us who are concerned and who are representing the areas. Mr. Speaker, before I now raise the matter of procedure, I beg that the minister plans a meeting with first us who are concerned in the different areas. We raise to him so many other matters we can't move on here. And two, as a procedural matter, it's Prime Minister's time. Want it to be procedure, right? We first stop this debate, and then we proceed with Prime Minister's time, and then you accord us time more to discuss AFCON. I thank you.
You are eating into the Prime Minister's time by raising procedural matter. But thank you. I think the Prime Minister, you need to meet the leaders who are from Hoima, Wakiso, Mukono. Please, there is only one speaker in the House. I am just mentioning a few. You are intimidating me. Do you know the crisis that you can have if I walked out unceremoniously? So, Honorable Prime Minister, you should make undertaking that you call these members and then meet them so that they can raise. You coordinate. You are the coordinator. You are the overall boss. They may raise matters of roads, the water, electricity, lighting in those areas. Yes, say something, and then we go back to your time.
Right, Honorable Speaker and members, I'm happy that everybody is now in the mood of AFCON 2027. And for this, I want to thank the President and the First Lady who has been coordinating all these efforts. That Honorable Speaker, a lot has been done, and we are well coordinated, and we are doing all that is possible to make sure that Uganda hosts AFCON 2027. That Honorable Speaker, I undertake to involve all colleagues, both in Wakiso, Kampala, and Hoima, even leader for Achibwa. That Honorable Speaker and members, today I chaired a meeting of hotel owners, including those from northern Uganda. Because as we speak now, Achibwa is 100% complete. Yes, they are just planting grass now. 100%, apart from a few patches here and there. I am saying construction is 100%. That Honorable Speaker, information not taken. That Honorable Speaker and members, all of us wish the best for this country. And I know we have an obligation. I once again undertake to involve everybody.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, we are not doing very well with the time. Everyone wants to speak on everything. And I want us to agree on how we are going to move. We have this order paper. The rules indicate that when it is 4 p.m., it is Prime Minister